this is Game Changers Nigeria show. On this episode, we meet with a lady architect who was instrumental to the design of Maryland Mall, Ikeja, Lagos. Her story is that of breaking barriers, even in the midst of a male-dominated profession. She's beautiful, but getting the job done is one of her major forte. When she's not working, she enjoys watching shows like Game of Thrones, just like many of us. Let the show begin.
Last time on Game Changers Nigeria show.
Okay, so do you get intimidated by men?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't because I come from a family of girls, and my dad told us that when his friends would say things like you don't have a boy, he goes, boys are very troublesome. They will steal your car, they will do this, they will break that. That girls will always remember their fathers in their old age.
Right.
So I mean, he brought us up with the confidence not to have a complex. But I will say that when I started my practice, it's probably when I noticed more that I was a woman.
Okay, so I was also informed that you were part of the team for the design of the 4th Milan Bridge. So, another opportunity?
Well, this bridge,
okay.
The design that I did was the one that was submitted in 2008.
Okay.
There was a proposal that was done, that was the one that was commissioned by the present government, which I think has now been stopped.
All right.
But the proposal that we did was when I worked in the Office of Metropolitan Architecture in Rotterdam.
All right.
And it was a double-decker bridge,
right?
Which had pedestrian traffic on the lower end, and then we had all these elaborate public spaces, and then the top bit was for vehicular traffic. And it was a really radical, forward-thinking project at the time. And I did it when, obviously, I was in Rotterdam. We were about 6 people in the team, and it was really, really cool. But I hear when it got presented in Lagos that they just thought that we were crazy, that we've gone over the top. But that's the beautiful thing about design, is being able to think and create something that doesn't exist.
Right.
And those are the things that stay in people's minds, And I think that's the good thing about Maryland. We didn't create something that is so far off from anything else. But there were a few elements that we decided to take and to push further.
Like what?
Well, first and foremost is the color.
Okay.
I mean, I'm lucky as well because we have a young client who also wanted to make a statement.
Right.
Because if you go to your average person, I want to pay your building back, they will say no. It's going to absorb heat, But the elements and all the requirements were aligned in the case of this project. It's justified because we don't have any windows, which is very strategic.
Wow.
Everything is about internal shopping. There is no need for anything against the road. The opportunity that the client wanted to have the longest LED screen in West Africa, which meant that we couldn't even have the opportunity of fenestrations on the front. We had skylights that pull light in, and I think the fact that the design of the building lends itself to completely contrast the interior and the exterior. So there is this element of surprise the first time you go, and curiosity. It's like a Pandora's box, and it works so beautifully. And a lot of people remembered it, and it's really nice to know that it's also become a Lagos landmark.
Yeah, I think for me, when I went there was a skylight that got my attention.
Yes.
I liked it.
Because a lot of people, the funny thing, it doesn't cost you that much to put in a skylight. But in Nigeria, we don't actually push those elements, and it's just one thing. If you can sell it to a client and they can see the value, it's so beautiful, what you achieve from having that pull of light.
Looking at all of these things, these posters and all, why do you have them here?
We call this our Instagram wall.
Oh.
So really, it's just an opportunity where we pick projects that we've seen internationally that are of interest, but we also put in our own work. And I think it's important because we see ourselves producing international design and we document it properly, and I think it's also good for morale for the office when we see our projects in relation to other projects that are done in the West. And so it's really an inspiration to it, and we move the images around and we change them as well. So if something else is of interest, we take something down and put it up. But it's just nice to create this nice creative holistic energy in the office.
Okay, so what's this about?
So this is a project that we did in SIP for Bella Pop Champagne. It was branding of the staircase that takes you up.
Right.
And it was done with black acrylic and gold acrylic, and we had these LED strips, and it's really about transition. You almost have this feeling like we're going into club heaven.
Right.
Eledamio, magenta raka, make my osupe, orimio, jekingo keodo, kafara toja. Eledamio, magenta raka, make my osupe.
Jésù ṣé fún mi ní sà ẹ fún mi lórúkọ Jésù.
Fara toja.
láti ìgbà tí wọ́n ti fún mi ní 50,000 mo dúpẹ́ torí pé things ó change lọ fún mi mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ ló pé gbogbo àwọn lórí àwọn ọjà tí mi ta tẹ́lẹ̀ tí mo fi ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo fi ń ra àwọn mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn kan orí ìyípadà ó dé bá mi bí ayé ìdẹ́nidẹ́ni kan ń mọ̀ lára mi pé nǹkan yàtọ̀ fún mi so mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn ilé iṣẹ́ wọn ní báyìí lọ́wọ́ á máa ràn mí lọ́wọ́.
In 5 years, what would you be?
Wow, 5 years time. I think we would like to be acknowledged as having lasting power. I mean, nobody ever wants to be a punishment. We don't want it to be a situation of chance. I think so far we've proven ourselves to be strong in being innovative, but we have to stay consistently innovative and keep pushing boundaries.
Right.
Some people say at this stage we're the new kids on the block, but as we're the new kids, the other kids coming on.
Right.
You know, so we need to keep conscious that we want to keep improving, keep doing landmark projects, keep being innovative, keep pushing the boundaries of design, and keep improving quality of what can be achieved in Nigeria.
Right.
I think a lot of people realize now, and we're not the only young practice who are pushing boundaries, that you can get good quality in Nigeria. You just have to try a bit harder and be more insistent on ensuring quality. But I think there's nothing that can't be achieved here.
Right. So, talking about young people coming after you, do you mentor?
Yes. I mean, I get called to come and speak.
Okay.
Yesterday I was called to speak about monetizing your skill. And I said in that, you must know what your skill is. You must add value.
Right.
Value added possibilities. That's how to monetize your skill. If you can create a niche for yourself and show value, that if you come to me and make me young, but I can save you money and I can improve what you've gotten, then you've made yourself valuable.
Right.
And people will keep coming to you in that capacity.
Right. What inspires you?
What inspires me? Ooh. What inspires me or who inspires me?
Both. Okay, let's do both. What and who?
I think I'm inspired by other people's work. I respect other architects who push boundaries. I respect good quality finish. There's a practice in particular that I'm very excited, and I always something that I want to be doing when I grow up. They're doing some very interesting work. They're also pushing boundaries in terms of what can be achieved locally. Very rarely do they import anything for any of their projects. You know, obviously things like scientific you will, but as much as possible they try and create everything locally, and there's something very beautiful about that, and that's something that we would like to put across more in our work as well. I'm inspired by, I'm generally inspired by exceptional spaces. I think it's important to be able to create a space that people remember. Because space is all around us. You know, architecture is such a stealth profession. No city exists without somebody conceiving and delivering a building. But it's also one of the many things that actually get forgotten. You get buildings that people walk past and nobody notices. You know. But then there's some spaces you enter and you think, wow, this is interesting. You know, it could be the lighting, it could be the smell, it could be the color, you know. But to be able to create memory, I think is important. And I think that's something, when I see that in project, it inspires me. It's something that we try to put across in our work as well.
So when you're not working, what do you do? How do you unwind?
Oh, I watch a lot of series.
Okay, which ones?
On Game of Thrones and on my
Same.
You know?
I love this privilege, by the way.
Oh, well, he's good, but I have, do you know my Khaleesi? She is bad.
Right.
But you know what's interesting? I think the whole world is going to Muslims, right? But we have deep discussions in the office about it.
right.
And it's really exciting, you know. But you know, it's nice to be able to step away from your reality into another world, just for a moment, and then we come back, okay, I'm back to normal. But I'm a big series buff.
It's fantastic having you on the show.
Thank you.
It's been fun. You know, it's been work and it's been fun. Thanks.
Thank you so much for stopping by.